Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Coca-Cola earnings. We can trade this, we can make some money and get ready for the XRP day with a special, 2-day special, excuse me, coming up. A classic mistake. When you see guidance, expecting guidance to be up, but maybe disappointing earnings, which is exactly what we predicted, because the summer will be great for Coca-Cola, but we've had a rally into it because of, because of fear. The price got overbought. We took profit. Many of you stayed in, missed out on this. Many of you decided to buy yesterday on the dip going into the earnings. I said, no, wait. All that was shared on our Discord. So we're winning. We've sold at the top. We're now buying this dip. It could go a lot lower. I've taken some profits from XRP using my lots. So I've sold some, even though it's my lower ones and my Ethereum. I've made profit this morning and I've made about $40,000. I brought about $100,000 of liquidity back into my portfolio. And on my Roth IRA and my Coca-Cola and my main account, I'm buying Coca-Cola. I bought it at this level. It's gone a bit lower since I bought it, but I don't mind. I can buy more when we get a little pop tomorrow on XRP. I can trim. I've got plenty of XRP or Ethereum to trim on a pop tomorrow. And this doesn't always just play out straight away anyway. So Coca-Cola earnings 15 minutes away. In exactly 10 seconds from now, this screen should change. Are you ready? Okay, I'm refreshing it. It comes up 15 minutes before the call. Keep refreshing it. It's now exactly 15 minutes. And there we go. That's what always happens. Play. We should get a little bit of music. There is the music. We don't want that. We'll mute that. And there is the Coca-Cola earnings ready to rock and roll. Okay, so there we go. That's how we played it. Now, if you want to make certain that you don't miss the earnings and you don't miss the opportunities to trade, I share all my trades 24/7 with you on my Premium Pro Discord server. This is the link is pinned in the top. It's a private club. It's application only. It's limited only. And if once you get approved, you have only 12 hours to join and decide which plan you want, because we are oversubscribed and there's a queue now to get into our server. This is what happens. If I give you the link, which you've got pinned in the chat, I'll give it to you again. There it is. Send me a friend request when you get there to avoid being attached to a scammer. There is my server. You will see this. You might see it slightly different depending on your service. As you can see, we've got 711 paid members. All right, we're oversubscribed. That's it. So if you decide you want this, you click down and you choose one of two plans. $2.99, you get my trades throughout the day. But if you want my 24-hour trades, all my trades, everything, then you want Lucasade Pro, and that's $4.99. And on top of that, you get stage events every single day, live stage events, video calls after the opening bell, after the closing bell. Every single day, we go in, answer all your questions, show you our trades live, explain why we did it, and you get that extra one-on-one service. You also get guest speakers as well, sharing their trades and information with you on the stage event. So there you go. Now, it's fully subscribed. It's a closed club. There's no free entry. There is no way to get in other than applying. So when you click on that link, you'll have to apply. It's not just you can pay it and get in. You have to apply, follow the rules, and tell me why you want to join. You get literally interviewed, as it is oversubscribed. If you then get accepted, and not everybody does because it is a private select club, once you come in, you'll then decide which plan that you want, $2.99 or $4.99. It's up to you. And you have 12 hours to do that. Otherwise, you'll be kicked from the server because there's a queue of people waiting behind you to get access to the trades, the service, the guest support, the 24-hour trades, and the everyday, stage events. All right. So anyway, that's how Discord works. Okay. So I'll be looking out for your requests throughout the morning. If I get any requests, I will check. We only permit 2 people a day. That is it. All right. So if you want that, you'll have to be on it like a car bonnet. Okay. So just checking if there's anything there, and there wasn't, so we're good to carry on. So we got Coca-Cola earnings coming up in a few moments' time. I did sell some lots on XRP in profit, made a good profit, even though it's down today. That's the benefit of lots. Even when it's down, you can take profit from it if you see a greater opportunity, which I did. So I bought. I'll show you how much I've got now. From zero, I had no Coca-Cola at all 5 minutes ago. I've now got $53,000 of Coca-Cola on the main account. As you can see, we're down due to our XRP recently. And on my Roth IRA, I sold my XRP ETF. As you can see, I'm up. I made a profit, tax-free because it's Roth IRA, and I bought Coca-Cola. And as you can see, I'm virtually in the money already, $55,000. And of course, we are in now with the dividend payout, which will come in just under a month. So we might keep this unless we get a really fast $85 rallies up to the next price target. Then I'll take the profit. Then why not? Because then everybody else will. So you might as well do that yourself. So there you go. We're starting to come up again. Let's go back to Coca-Cola. Let's see our XRP. XRP is going to be dormant, so we can buy it back at lower prices anyway with our Coca-Cola profits, because XRP isn't going to do probably very much now until tomorrow. So we want to be able to trade the earnings. All right, that's what this live stream is all about. Okay, some people, for some reason, it beyond words that you could even assume this, but some people decided that we were cancelled and we wasn't here. I don't know how. I put out 2 live streams explaining exactly what happened in full detail with the script on the screen, because some of you I don't know, the ears don't work, so I gave you the text. Anyway, we've got people making, comments saying, we're not here, we're banned. Well, clearly we're not. We told you what happened. We explained it in detail. I read from a legal script to give you all the information so you know exactly what's going on. All right, so if you've just turned up, please do tap the like button. We've got 9 minutes to go before the earnings call. Let's get 100 likes in 1 minute. It is the opportunity to trade today to make some money going into XRP day tomorrow. So we want to make loads of money today, getting ready for a really exciting 2-day special. So we're going to put 1 minute on the clock. Are you ready? And let's get 100 likes to the Coca-Cola earnings in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We're starting off with 24 likes. Can we get better than that? Let's take it up to 100 in 1 minute. Let's make some money this morning. 33, boom. 33 likes. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Keep on going. Let's refresh the screen. We want 100 likes in 1 minute. We're making money on the Coca-Cola earnings. 41. 41. Nearly there. 100. Da, 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 da. We've got 7 minutes to go before the Coca-Cola earnings. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. We're now at, steady, 56. We're nearly there. Coca-Cola earnings, and now we're popping. We're making money. We're making some money on Coca-Cola earnings right now. We're in the profit now. We're making some money, and we can take this profit and we can buy more XRP. And that's how you do that. 56, 63. All of my Discordians and Electrum members knew the trades. They are all winning. They all bought at the right time. And now we're all making money. 63. Those of you that sold too early, bought too early, you wasn't on Electrum, you wasn't on Discord. So for your one trade pays your membership for life, I would imagine. 63. Did we get 100? Let's have a quick look. Disappointing this morning, but it is a Coca-Cola earnings. A lot of people don't care. They don't think it's interesting. Well, that's fine. We do. We make money. 67. Unfortunately, we never made it to 100. So that's disappointing. I'm going to have to do this. Oh. Yeah, that's sad. We didn't do it, but that's okay. We're still making money on Coca-Cola. As you can see, we're starting to get a little rebound now. We bought the dip. We're very, very happy. We can take profit tax-free and we can do it all over again and we can buy it back XRP at a better price. No question about it. So we won on our Ethereum trade. We won on our XRP trade. And now we are going to win on our Coca-Cola trade. We always get it done. All right. Okay, so hopefully you're enjoying the show and you've subscribed to the channel. So if you've just come in and you've missed all these trades and you're wondering, how the hell did I miss it again? Let me tell you, we are making money on XRP this morning. We've just traded it. We've taken 2 trades on XRP, the ETF, tax-free, and the XRP native coin, and Ethereum, and bought Coca-Cola at the right time.
At its Anthony 1586 tip €2.49 through Super Chat. Martyn, any expectations for MOM numbers in 7 minutes?
For what numbers? Month over month numbers. Oh no, the month over month. Oh, you mean on? Do you mean on retail sales? You just went month over month. I mean, month over what? Do you mean retail sales? Yes. Retail sales will be out at the same time. If you want to know, yeah, we're watching that as well. Retail sales, 0.6, forecast 0.4. So we're expecting it to be down. Previous was 0.6. Retail sales, if retail sales is up, that's a nice little boost for Coca-Cola. So yeah, we'll watch that as well. That comes in 5 minutes at the beginning of the earnings call. No, I don't know is the answer. No, I don't know is the answer, but they're expected to be down. If we get a beat on it, it's good for Coca-Cola. It's good for everything at that point, but we'll see what happens. I don't know the answer to that. It's why I waited for guidance, and I got guidance from Coca-Cola, so we sold at a profit. We made money on XRP. We sold XRP for a profit. We sold Ethereum for a profit this morning. Even though it's down, we made profit on those lots. We sold those lots for this morning. And we have now bought Coca-Cola on this dip. That is how you do it. So we got 4 minutes to go. So if you've just tuned in and you're just wondering what's going on, how are we winning again today? Here is Discord or Electrum. All right. So join these services. It is an invitation only. We are now a closed club on Discord. It's a closed club. You have to apply to get in. That's before you buy. Go and try it. You'll see what I mean. Okay. So when you go to Discord, you get all my trades 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you got 2 stage events with special guests. All my trades, you know exactly what we're doing. And you can see we're always winning. What you do is you click on this. You will see there's no free entry anymore. It's a private club. There are 2 purchases, but you can't buy it. You can't buy it. You have to log into Discord. Okay. Add this server and apply. You have to abide by all our high standards, requirements, and so on. Then you apply, and if you're lucky enough to be accepted, we only accept 2 a day, and there's over 20 a day wanting to join the server. 2 a day. If you get accepted, you have exactly 12 hours to choose which plan you want. If you don't choose, you'll be kicked from the server, as there's a queue of people waiting to get in. All right, that's how Discord works. I've got 3 minutes to go. Let me see if I've got a request this morning. I had 3 requests this morning from United Beagle, FCJG, and Nifty W. 3 people we can only allow 2. So 2 of you have had your accepted, but you've not yet chose your membership. So by the end of the day, you'll be out of the server if you've not chosen your the path that you want to go. That's how this works, folks. All right? Okie dokie. Let me just minimize Discord. Okay, we've got exactly 2 minutes to go, and we are waiting to see what the CEO, Quincy, says, because he's still the CEO, of course, until April. And we're looking to see what he says about guidance and how this can pop the stock once again. The World Cup is the main forte here this year. That's what we're trying to trade into and buy our XRP for tomorrow. Okay, let's get ready. We're also looking out for retail sales. Retail sales will be out in 1 minute as well. Would be very nice if we got a retail sales beat. We're not expecting it, of course. Retail sales, we're on standby. On standby for the earnings. We've got 1 minute to go. We'll get the retail sales as well because the earnings will be a minute or so late. That's typical. Let me refresh. Let me refresh. Here we go. Coca-Cola. We've now got it on the screen. There's the music. We don't want that. This is good. There'll be lots of new brands this year talked about. The sugarcane deal, the deal with the solar power, buying factories with solar power. They'll also be talking about the Crocs deal. There's lots coming up. The World Cup. All of that's coming up. Right, we got 30 seconds to go. Let me put this on and mute it for you. Right, I'll just mute that for you so you can't hear the background music. Now we got retail sales. Retail sales is out in 20 seconds. We're looking for 0.4 on retail sales. If we get a beat, if we get a 0.5, 0.6 of its previous or more, it would be a great day. Watch, watch, watch. It's imminent. Any second now. We're going to go back to Coca-Cola earnings as well. Stand by. Coca-Cola earnings is on standby. We want the retail sales. Expecting 4.4. And we have got, here it comes. Employment, that's not what we want. Employment, we don't want that. Come on. Up. Coca-Cola is starting. I'll bring you the numbers as well.
Being recorded. If you have any objections, please disconnect at this time. After the speakers'
retail
remarks, there will be a
sales
question and
0.
answer session. If you would like to ask a question, press *1 on your telephone keypad. I would now like to remind everyone that the purpose of this conference is to
retail
talk with
zeros
investors,
is retail
and
sales is
questions from
flat.
the media will not be addressed.
Okay.
Media participants should contact Coca-Cola's media relations department
S&P
if they have any questions.
will drop.
I would now like to introduce
S&P
Ms.
is dropping.
Halpern,
Back to
Vice
Coca-Cola.
President and Head of Investor Relations. Ms. Halpern, you may now begin.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm here with James Quincy, our Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, Enrique Braun, our CEO-elect and Chief Operating Officer, and John Murphy, our President and Chief Financial Officer. We've posted schedules under financial information in the investors section of our company website. These reconcile certain non-GAAP financial measures that may be referred to this morning to results as reported under generally accepted accounting principles. You can also find schedules in the same section of our website that provide an analysis of our gross and operating margins. This call may contain forward-looking statements, including statements concerning long-term earnings objectives, which should be considered in conjunction with cautionary statements contained in our earnings release and in the company's periodic SEC reports. Following
it is available
remarks,
on mobile.
Questions. Please limit yourself to one question. Re-enter the queue to ask follow-ups. Now I will turn the call over to James.
Thanks, Robin, and good morning, everyone. Before I get started, I'd like to thank all of you for your support and collaboration over the years, from the analysts on the call to the investors who are listening, to the many employees and other stakeholders who are joining us as well. Today will be my last earnings call. It's been a tremendous honor to be the CEO of this remarkable company. Coca-Cola gave me the opportunity to serve consumers, customers, and communities around the world, and work alongside incredibly talented and dedicated colleagues and friends. Our company has achieved a lot over the last decade. Looking back to CAGNY 2017, we set 4 strategic priorities: accelerating our consumer-centric brand portfolio, strengthening our system, digitizing the enterprise, and unlocking the power of our people. And I think we've done a good job meeting those priorities. We've added $12 billion brands to our total beverage portfolio, bringing our total to $32 billion brands. 75% of our billion-dollar brands are outside our sparkling soft drinks.
Yes,
And
you
while
will.
we've
You will
expanded our
not pay
portfolio
two
to offer
services.
consumers
No,
more
you
choice,
only pay one. Don't
we've
worry
also
about that.
reinvigorated growth of our legacy sparkling soft drink brands. Trademark Coca-Cola retail sales grew by over $60 billion, and the brand is the highest valued food and beverage brand in the world, according to Kantar, with a long runway ahead. Alignment with our bottling partners is better than ever, and we have a clear line of sight into completing our refranchising strategy. This work created a virtuous circle for our system with higher returns, additional investment, and further value creation. We've also taken foundational steps to digitize our system. We've made good progress connecting with consumers and customers on a more granular and personalized level. And lastly, we've built a culture that prioritizes our willingness to take risks, learn through iteration, push each other, and scale successes. Our people and our growth mindset remain two of our biggest advantages. As a result of delivering on these four strategic priorities, we've had a 7% average organic revenue growth since 2017, above our long-term growth algorithm. After years of being stuck at around $2 comparable earnings per share, we inflected our earnings, overcame ongoing currency headwinds, and have achieved a $3 comparable earnings per share in 2025. We also created more than $150 billion of market value for our share owners and outperformed the consumer staples industry. Our foundation today is as strong as it's ever been.
All this was in Discord and Electrum.
Category,
that's why I've just bought it.
Channel, we have immense growth opportunities ahead of us.
Wait for guidance. You got it, and now you buy.
New energy to usher in our next chapter of growth. And he's particularly passionate about our brands, franchise operating model, digital engagement, and our people. We both started at the Coca-Cola Company in the same year over 30 years ago, and he's been an invaluable partner to me over the past decade. He's worked across many functions and has created value for our system on every continent where we do business. The best days for our system continue to be ahead of us, and I'm confident we'll capture these opportunities under Enrique's leadership. So, without further ado, I'll pass the call off to Enrique Braun, the next Chief Executive Officer of the Coca-Cola Company.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, James. I'd like to take a moment to thank you for your leadership during your tenure as CEO and for your incredible contribution to our system. You leave a legacy of returning our business to growth. It's a privilege to be the next Chief Executive Officer, and I look forward to partnering with you in your ongoing role as chairman. Now I would like to discuss our 2025 performance. Despite a complex external environment in 2025, we delivered on our initial top line and bottom line guidance set last February. We also continued our streak of gaining value share for the last 19 quarters. Organic revenue growth was in line with our long-term growth algorithm. While unit case volume was flat in 2025, we ended the year with better momentum as volume improved each month during the fourth quarter. If you take a step back, we have a long track record of navigating complex external dynamics to hold or grow volume each year. Over the past 50 years, annual volume declined only once, and that was during the pandemic. Rounding out the P&L, ongoing efficiency and effectiveness initiatives drove strong comparable operating margin expansion in 2025, which contributed to 4% comparable earnings per share growth despite 5 points of currency headwinds and a 2-point increase in our comparable effective tax rate. During the fourth quarter, we grew volume despite cycling a tougher comparison versus the prior year. We continued to invest to build our system for the year ahead, as well as for the long term. Starting with North America, we delivered strong results despite continued macroeconomic pressure on lower-income consumers. We gained both volume and value share and grew volume, revenue, and comparable operating income. We had broad-based strength across our total beverage portfolio as trademark Coca-Cola, Sprite Zero, Fresca, Dasani, Fairlife, Body Armor, Trademark, and Powerade each grew volume. Innovation contributed to our growth as Sprite Chill and Coca Holiday Creamy Vanilla had strong performance.
I'll discuss it later. Thank
Across
you.
our portfolio, our system focused on accelerating cold drink equipment placement, expanding availability of value offerings, and winning
I'm
share
buying more
of visible
Coca-Cola right now.
inventory. In Latin America, we are lifting and shifting learning from across our markets and leveraging our systems capability to navigate a challenging external environment. During the fourth quarter, we managed to gain value share and grow volume, revenue, and comparable currency neutral operating income. Both Coca-Cola Zero Sugar and Sprite Zero Sugar had strong performance. And Santa Clara, our value-added dairy brand in Mexico, became another addition to our stable of billion-dollar brands. To drive consumer demand, we tapped into key passion points by linking Fanta with Halloween. We also continue to focus on refillable packaging, value offerings, and attractive absolute price points across our portfolio. In EMEA, we gained value share and grew volume and revenue. In Europe, volume declined as the quarter started slowly before recovery. To drive transactions, we activated several campaigns focused on the holiday and the upcoming Winter Olympics. In the UK, we leveraged our English Premier League partnership to engage consumers with customized product offerings. In Italy, to kick off the Winter Olympics torch relay, we launched a music festival in Rome, and our Coca-Cola truck followed the Olympic flame across key towns and cities ahead of the game. In Eurasia and the Middle East and in Africa, we grew volume in both operating units. We tapped into key innovations grounded in local consumers' insights like Sprite Lemon Mint in the Middle East and had impactful marketing campaigns like Schweppes, Born Social 2.0, and Share a Coke in Nigeria. Our efforts to highlight the localness of our system and sharpen our revenue growth management capabilities led to volume growth in both operating units in 2025. Lastly, in Asia Pacific, we gained value share and had flat volume. However, revenue and profit declined during the quarter. Volume growth in Japan was offset by declines elsewhere, driven primarily by softer consumer spending, weaker industry performance, and cycling strong growth in the prior year. We are continuing to invest in long-term growth opportunities across Asia Pacific, and we are implementing granular channel execution plans and tailoring our brand price pack architecture with a focus on attractive absolute price points and value offerings. In summary, we are responding to differing dynamics across our markets by adapting faster, leveraging our portfolio power, and investing for growth. As I prepare to step into the CEO role and think about what's next, there will be a balance between continuing what's working and evolving where we can to become more effective and efficient. While we are proud of what we have accomplished, future success is never guaranteed. We must remain discontented. Every day, our system needs to focus on being a little bit better and sharper everywhere to drive transformational impact. We have enduring strength, which includes an incredible foundation of $32 billion brands and unmatched system reach. Our mission is both to increase this number of billion-dollar brands and to turn today's billion-dollar brands into tomorrow's multi-billion-dollar brands. To drive further quality leadership, I'm excited about three key areas. First, we'll aim to step change recruitment, especially with young adult consumers, by better integrating our marketing campaigns with commercial execution at the point of sale. We already have a good starting point.
Just bought
In
more.
the US, for example, we have 10 of the top 20 beverage brands for young adult drinkers, including Coca-Cola, which is the #1 beverage brand. Second, we need to get closer to the consumer and improve our speed to market. While we have made some progress with our overall success rates over the past several years, our innovation today is not where it needs to be. We are striving to better anticipate the next growth opportunity in beverages and shape what comes next, driven by our deep consumer insight. Third, I am energized about steering our future red system. We must be intentional about putting digital at the core of every connection with consumers, customers, and across the system. The better than ever alignment that we have
Just bought
today with our
$80,000 of
bottling
Coca-Cola.
partners is simply the starting point. Putting it all together, we look to continue expanding our
trimmed another lot
horizons
with
and shape
XRP.
our future. We have a durable strategy, and our runway is long. I'm confident we will deliver on our 2026 guidance and capture the vast opportunities available. I look forward to sharing more details on how we're thinking about evolving our culture and our enterprise to fuel a new decade of growth next week at CAGNY. With that, I will turn the call over to John to discuss 2025 performance and guidance for 2026.
Thank you, Henrique, and good morning, everyone. First, I'd like to recognize James and congratulate him for his tremendous career and amazing leadership as our CEO. It's been an absolute honor working alongside you. I'm also confident in the company's future as Henrique steps into the CEO role. Looking back at 2025, we remained agile and focused on improving execution of our strategy to deliver on our guidance. During the fourth quarter, we grew organic revenues 5%. Unit case growth was 1%. Concentrate sales grew 3 points ahead of unit cases, driven primarily by the timing of concentrate shipments and an extra day in the quarter. Our price mix growth of 1% was primarily driven by approximately 4 points of pricing actions, offset by 3 points of unfavorable mix, which was driven by an unusual combination of business mix, category mix,
Making money
and
now.
timing of a number of items.
We bought that dip.
Comparable gross margin and comparable operating margin both increased approximately 50 basis points. Both were driven by underlying expansion, partially offset by currency headwinds. Putting it all together, fourth quarter comparable EPS of 58 cents was up 6% year over year, despite 5% currency headwinds and an increase in our comparable effective tax rate. Free cash flow, excluding the Fairlife contingent consideration payment, was $11.4 billion in 2025, which is an increase of approximately $600 million versus the prior year's free cash flow, excluding the IRS tax deposit. Growth was driven by underlying business performance and lower tax payments versus the prior year. Adjusted free cash flow conversion in 2025 was 93%, in line with our long-term targeted range.
I'm taking a 20% profit from XRP to buy some more. It's a $2,500 gain.
Times EBITDA,
I want to show you it's my bottom lot on XRP.
2 to 2.5 times. We'll continue to
$2,500 profit.
Manage our balance sheet.
I'm taking that on XRP.
Related to our
I like it. We'll have a
dispute
better
with the
opportunity
IRS.
afterwards.
Enabled by
That's $2.5 grand.
strategy,
I'm buying
we have
Coca-Cola with it
demonstrated
instead.
Our ability to navigate local market dynamics to deliver on our global objectives. Our 2026 guidance builds on the results we've achieved over the past several years. We expect organic revenue growth of 4 to 5%, which is in line with our long-term growth algorithm.
$2,500 profit on XRP.
Currency neutral earnings per share
Buy Coca-Cola.
excluding acquisitions and divestitures of 5 to 6%. We continue to focus on investing behind our brands to drive balanced top-line growth, with volume as a key priority. Notwithstanding volatility in certain commodities and evolving global trade dynamics, we expect the overall impact on our cost basket to be manageable. Divestitures are expected to be an approximate 4-point headwind to comparable net revenues and an approximate 1-point headwind to comparable earnings per share. This assumes the pending sale of Coca-Cola Beverages Africa closes subject to regulatory approvals during the second half of 2026 and includes the impact of divesting Chi, which was our juice and value-added dairy finished product operations in Nigeria. Based on current rates and our hedged positions, we anticipate an approximate 1-point currency tailwind to comparable net revenues and an approximate 3-point currency tailwind to comparable
another
earnings per share.
$30,000 of XRP going down now. I just sold that for £2.5 profit to buy Coca-Cola at 75.03. Good guidance. This is what we thought we were going to get.
We expect comparable earnings per share growth of 7 to 8% versus $3.
I've still got $110,000 of XRP.
We also expect to generate approximately $12.2 billion of free cash flow
XRP dropping, sold it there.
Through approximately $14.4 billion in cash from operations, less approximately $2.2 billion in capital investments. Driven by our free cash flow generation, we have an unwavering commitment to reinvest in our business and grow our dividend. Approximately 25% of our expected 2026 capital investment relates to company-owned bottlers, and the remaining capital investment is primarily growth-oriented.
Oh, good.
Which includes building capacity for our concentrate and
XRP falling. We can get it back tomorrow.
For the past 63 years, we've grown our dividend. In 2025, dividends paid as a percentage of adjusted free cash flow was 73%, which is relatively in line with our long-term payout ratio of 75%. With respect to acquisitions and share repurchases, we'll stay both flexible and opportunistic. On acquisitions, while our track record has not been perfect, we have created a lot of value in aggregate. Just over half of our portfolio of $32 billion brands was created inorganically. Most of these were bolt-on acquisitions that we later scaled ourselves. On share repurchases, we'll continue to repurchase shares to offset any dilution from the exercise of stock options by employees in the given year.
Spot on trade with XRP now trimming, just sold my bottom lot for $2.5 grand, 20% profit.
And agility.
Bought Coca-Cola. That's exactly what we teach in Discord.
And create value for our stakeholders. Finally, there are some considerations to keep in mind for 2026. First, due to a calendar shift in the first quarter, while we'll have 6 additional days, we expect approximately half of the benefit to be offset by concentrate shipment cycling and timing. Also, the fourth quarter will have 6 fewer days. Additionally, we will have lost equity income due to divesting our interest in Coca-Cola Consolidated in November 2025. Lastly, assuming the pending sale of Coca-Cola Beverages Africa closes during the second half of 2026, subject to regulatory approvals, we expect the impact from acquisitions and divestitures to be back half-weighted. To sum it all up, we're focused on continuing what's working and transforming where needed to deliver on our 2026 guidance and create enduring value for our share owners. We believe we're well positioned to drive top-line growth, margin expansion, cash generation, and returns over the long term. Next week at CAGNY, I'll elaborate further on how we will do this.
I just loaded up on Coca-Cola at the bottom,
we're ready to take
sold
questions.
at the top, sold some XRP at the
Ladies
top.
and gentlemen,
It's
to
dropping
ask a question, you will need to press
2.5 grand
*1
profit on
your
that.
telephone. To
And now
withdraw
we're
your
making it on
question, press
Coca-Cola.
*1
Lovely.
again.
Perfect day.
In the interest of time, we ask that you please limit yourself to one question.
Oh,
If you have any additional questions,
there we
you
go.
may rejoin the queue. Our first question comes from
$80
Dara
target is back on
Mohsenian
target.
with Morgan Stanley. Your line is open.
10% gain now.
Hey, good morning. First, best wishes, James, after a remarkable run under your stewardship, and congratulations to Enrique. I just wanted to get into the nitty-gritty of the 4 to 5% organic sales growth outlook for 2026. Was just hoping to get some perspective on the balance between price, mix, and volume in 2026. First, obviously, the Q4 price mix result was dragged down by geographic mix and timing, as you mentioned. What's a more normalized price mix run rate as you build up the geographies and look forward
Absolutely
to 2026?
spot on trade again this morning.
Particularly in a tough consumer environment and, relative to what you'd view as a more underlying run rate on price mix coming out of Q4. And then just on the volume side, impressive 1% result in the quarter against a tough 2% comparison.
Yeah.
But you do have the Mexico drag on volume from taxes in 26, perhaps some concentrate timing, still difficult consumer environment. So just wanted to get perspective on volume prospects also for 26 and just, again, the balance between volume and price mix that's implied in the organic sales growth guidance. Thanks.
Well, thanks, Dara. And I was slightly worried there you were going to try and cram in all the questions for the next few years in your last opportunity to ask me one. Let me unpack a little, particularly
perfect trade today. That's how you do tax lot selling, and that's how you buy Coca-Cola on the guidance.
And again,
all that was in Discord, and now I've just done it
to
all.
make an exhortation to people, particularly as it relates to price mix and inventory, given our position in the supply chain, to always try and take a 4-quarter view. What do I mean by that? In the fourth quarter, pricing came in at 1%, but actually it was really 4%. Underlying pricing, as John mentioned, was really 4%. There was this 3% negative mix. Partly it was BIG, partly it was some geographies and categories. In previous quarters, it's been +2 or +3. If you look across the last 4 quarters, that mix number is even. So it's always useful to take a 4-quarter view on the mix components. If you take that, what you see is 4% underlying price and 1% volume. So you see the fourth quarter in simple terms as a 5% revenue growth quarter, which is very much what we've been delivering through 25 and back into the previous year. So I think that's super important to bear in mind. And then if we've talked historically, as inflation has moderated, as we have stabilized, seen that some of the economies around the world stabilize,
please vote on X. Did you get this right? Sold high, buy the dip, prep for XRP. Did you vote on this?
Volume and price. And so I think that's what you kind of see for 2026 is a view that we still are going to be top-line driven. We see strength in everything we're doing, and I know Enrique and John will unpack that in CAGNY. But we are just being a little more realistic as we always are on where we need to improve to get that volume in 26 and being a degree of prudence. Some of the weaknesses would need to resolve themselves and bounce back. India, China, some of ASEAN, a few countries in Europe. And then we've got the kind of the Mexican tax headwind starting now. We have just been what we believe to be realistic and prudent, but still super important.
One of our best trades of the year. Not one person noticed it. Not one person voted on it.
Strategies and execution to drive top-line growth well into the future.
That's what's going on. Why is no one listening to what's going on?
Our next question comes from Steve Powers of Deutsche Bank. Your line is open.
Great. Good morning. Congrats again, both to you, James, on your past accomplishments, and Enrique on the accomplishments to come. I guess following up on Dara's question related to the 4 to 5% call for 26.
Here on YouTube, you
James,
did
a few
vote on
months
it.
ago,
Our
you
best
talked
trade of the year so
about
far.
some steady,
Perfect trade,
you
textbook
framed
in
as
our
light
Discord and
drizzle in the macro
Electrum. You
environment
did do it.
that seems to be
Great.
trending worse for
78%
consumers.
of you won on this trade. Great.
How have you assumed those general operating conditions trend in the year ahead? And as we think about the balance of
there we go.
4 to 5% growth,
$800 profit
in 26
in 5 minutes, plus the money we made from XRP. So we're up about 3 or 4 grand today already.
Emerging versus developed markets in the year ahead would be helpful as well. Thank you.
Awesome.
Sure. Yes, I think light drizzle was the December phrase, which I still think is true relative to what people were expecting then. Look, and I think this mix between volume and price also, we believe we will get back to a balance. I'll call it 50-50. What is important this year is to know that the places that need to get better are the contributors of long-term volume growth. So India is a long-term contributor of volume growth. So that needs to build back, and we would expect that to ramp up during the year. Similarly, China was a little weaker in the fourth quarter than it had been during the year, and we're looking to see that build back up through the year, and a couple of other ASEAN and European markets. So the bit that will, and obviously the Mexican tax headwind is more likely to be impactful at the beginning of the year in the first quarter, and then to some extent mitigate as we execute the actions to try and offset the impact.
One of our best trades on Discord of the year. Take profit on lots, XRP.
We need to see the actions,
wait for guidance,
and see that
buy into the sell into the rally, buy the dip. Perfect. That's textbook stuff there, folks.
Therefore, you might see
that's your membership for your whole life paid for there.
Towards the end of the year, if that makes sense. But in the end, we're looking, and the guys will talk about it in CAGNY next week, to get more growth, more brands, and more markets.
Our next question comes from Lauren Lieberman with Barclays. Your line is open.
Great, thanks. Good morning, everyone. Wanted to talk a little bit about profitability. North America operating margin expansion, another strong year, and now at 30% margins for the first time in this operating unit. I think when I've asked you about it in the past, you're always like, oh, it's a one-off, don't get too excited about profitability in North America, but it does look like there's been structural change. So just wanted to talk about now maybe long-term view of that. Is this an appropriate level of margin? Is there more incremental reinvestment you need to do? Do you feel like you're kind of over-earning in some way profitability-wise, or is there more work to do?
I'll take profit from Coca-Cola shortly and buy back XRP lower, so we win again and again and again. Stand by for those trades in Discord and Electrum. Nowhere else, unless I'm live on the show at the time.
We have, I think, in the last 8 years, have averaged about 60 basis points a year operating margin expansion. We have talked frequently about the fact that it's not a fluke. There's lots of levers that we have in the supply chain, marketing investment, how we run the business. And North America has been our star performer over the last few years in tapping into all three sources. And they expect, and we expect, that our folks running North America, and we expect them to continue to sort of lead the way, because there's still tremendous opportunity to, as Enrique said earlier, just get a little bit better every day. We'll talk again next week on a sort of a deeper dive into some of these levers and how they have been and will continue to help us.
What a win. Everybody on Discord, everybody on Electrum just won your membership for a lifetime.
Modest expansion on a going forward basis.
Our next question comes from Chris Carey with Wells Fargo. Your line is open.
If you won on Discord and Electrum, you got my trade, say yes.
Hi. Good morning, everyone.
Everybody got this trade this morning.
Bring the discussion back.
That pays your membership for a lifetime.
Markets in 2025.
Put yes in the chat if you did.
A bit more volatility for the business. Some are getting a bit better. I think India, China still has opportunity to get better.
I gave that to you when I was having a shave and cleaning my teeth. Make sure you all got it.
The excise tax, so there could be some volatility around volume. I wonder if we just take a step back. Can you perhaps comment on some of the markets which have been a bit more challenging or more volatile, perhaps than usual.
Electrum, Discord, everybody
in
wins.
2025, and how we should be thinking
Don't be
about
afraid to take profit from
overcoming those
XRP.
challenges
Make
in
money.
2026, both because
Always
the
go where the money
easier,
is.
but also some of the actions that
Always
you'll
take
be
profit. Do it
driving
tax
in these
efficiently.
markets. James, you had
Always
mentioned
win.
a few in a prior comment.
You're welcome, Tim.
I wonder if we could just focus in on this concept and
Discord paid for
talk
itself
a bit more
for a whole
strategically
lifetime.
about
Yeah.
the sequential development and some of the actions that you're thinking through. Thank you.
Chris, it's Enrique here. I'll take this one.
So
first of all, I think it's important to look at the numbers on Q4 because it tells a lot about what you mentioned in terms of how we got puts and takes all over the world.
Electrum members on YouTube had it as well.
In stronghold markets that continue to have the momentum, and others that we expected to do better, and for different reasons, they were on ups and downs during the year, as James had mentioned, China, Indians of the world, and Mexico this year with
you can see we can buy back XRP cheaper, so we make it twice on the way up and the way down.
I'll cover
how
we're going to
tax efficiently as well with the XRP ETF on Roth.
Performance.
The trolls are loving this. I bet they're loving this.
Towards our outlook.
He's always losing, Martyn, Lucas.
The all-weather strategy has been working for us because we leverage not only the ones that have the momentum to offset these other markets. If you go specifically into the three that we mentioned, in APAC,
don't be afraid to take profits. $1,100 in 5 minutes.
Being one big market.
Don't be afraid to take profits, folks.
Volumetrically speaking,
I've got that on
but
Roth
it
as well.
has been also a market that we have seen the consumer sentiment and expand.
That's $2,000
below pre-pandemic days. Nevertheless, we continue to gain share in the market. We took a strategy there to build this for the long term, and we continue to have a good inroads on the quality leadership on the core, and we continue to win in that. So it's more of a long-term market, and we expect on our plans to continue to drive that next year, but with some volatility in that. With China and with India, we had last year different impacts from industry tax dynamics, weather, and it was a market that we continue to invest also ahead of the curve, and we believe that we can get back on track in 2026. Finally, the other market, Mexico. We have to look at the context of Latin America. We have had headwinds in the past with
Let's look at
different
retail
markets.
sales. Do we sell this before the bell?
Was able to build the right capabilities and address it through very good foundations on RGM. That's exactly what we're doing there in Mexico, and leveraging the other markets that have the right momentum to get that algorithm going. So in a nutshell, we believe that we have plans to continue to navigate well, and the all-weather strategy should put us in a good shape to deliver against the LTGM.
Our next question comes from Filippo Falorni with Citi. Your line is open.
Hi, good morning, everyone, and congrats from me as well to both James and Enrique as you step in a new role. Maybe first, just a little bit expansion on the expectation for the North America business into 2026, especially around a few points. Obviously, you have incremental Fairlife capacity coming in early in the year, so maybe give us a sense of how you're thinking that will play out throughout the year and the growth for the brand that you're expecting. And also, as we get into the summer, you obviously have the World Cup and a lot of activation around that event. Any expectations around potential uplift there? And then lastly, last year in Q1, you had the negative temporary issue with Hispanic consumer around the video. So anything that you can think there to potentially see some more benefit in the first part of the year in North America? Thank you.
Filippo, I'll take that one as well. Look, North America 2025, remember that we started the year with the challenge that you mentioned on some fake news that impacted, part of the portfolio. And then we started to go on a sequential basis, improving quarter on quarter. We finished, as you see the numbers down on Q4, on a positive note and with good momentum across the portfolio. We continue to grow on the core, on sparkling, especially on Coca-Cola trademark. And then we look at also fairlife continued the momentum. We had also very encouraging news on our dual strategy on sports with Powerade and BodyArmor, not only gaining share, but volume in the market. Smart Water continues to do well as well. So from a portfolio basis and a consumer resilience, we believe that we have the good momentum and the plans continue to build on an environment that it didn't change so far in terms of the low-income consumer being pressured and also allowing us to continue to drive these across the different parts of the country to continue to grow and do better every day with our bottlers executing that strategy. So in a nutshell, we believe that we have good plans to continue the momentum that we have. And we expect North America in 2025 to continue the momentum that we built in 2026 with the momentum that we built in 2025.
Our next question comes from Rob Ottenstein with Evercore. Your line is open.
Great. Thank you very much. And please let me echo everyone's congratulations. So maybe moving in a slightly direction over on the FX side, could you maybe remind us, your approach to currency? It's a little complicated, different than some other companies. What the guidance entails and how that is, where I think I'm seeing a 1% tailwind to the top line, but 3% on the bottom line, if I read that correctly. So what is driving that? And then, what is your philosophy in terms of currency benefits, whether you'll be investing that into the business or dropping it to the bottom line, perhaps making up for some of the, as James mentioned before, being stuck at $2 for a number of years due to currency.
Sold Coca-Cola.
Is this a chance to
made
catch up on that?
$2,500
and then
from XRP, $2,500 from Coca-Cola. That's $4,000, $5,000 today. I'm done.
Year, based on where we are today, do you see currency being, a similar tailwind to 27 or greater or less than the 26 guidance? Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. Indeed, it's been a while since we've talked about FX and even longer since we've talked about FX tailwind. So good to just anchor any conversation on FX to our broader growth equation. And, at the root of that equation...
There we go.
Is
$3,000 in the last few minutes. I'm happy with that. Coca-Cola is now selling off. We can buy it back again. We can buy back XRP with our profits. It's very fast moving, guys. I know it's catching a lot of people out, but it is what it is. Yeah, Coca-Cola is going down now. We sold that. We took that profit. We can buy it again.
Appropriately against both the local
fantastic
macros,
perfect trade
and
again.
The competitive backdrop.
Whew. High frequency nuts.
So that's part one. And sort of fighting that, part two is at the total enterprise level. We are committed to growing our US dollar earnings.
There we go.
As we've demonstrated
easy money
over the last few years. And so our hedging program is an enabler to manage both of these tensions. So
we can buy back XRP.
It removes the burden.
ETF on the Roth cheaper. We can buy back XRP cheaper.
At the local level. So
yeah, there goes XRP lower. We can buy that back cheaper with all the profit we made.
And secondly, it provides clarity to us at the enterprise level to the task at hand to grow US dollar earnings. So that's sort of at the strategic rationale as to why we hedge. And the question for any given year is, okay, how are we going to execute optimally against that. And for 2026, we've taken advantage today of some uncertainty regarding the US dollar to lock in benefits. The tailwind that we reflected in our guidance today is driven largely by
buying power is now 117,000, so we've massively improved, and XRP is falling. We can buy it back cheaper.
And South Africa. And on the point about how far we go, we're well hedged against the G10 currencies. Decisions on emerging market currencies are very linked to the economics of doing it. As you well know, the further out you go, the more challenging the economics become. So we're well hedged through 26 on the G10, and we're as hedged as it makes
sold
sense.
That we bought that exactly at the bottom, sold it exactly at the top.
So all of that is incorporated into the guidance.
All this is on our Discord.
NSR,
all this philosophy of how we do all this. Now XRP is going down. We can buy it back with all the money we've made this morning.
Going in position for the year. As I say, it helps local markets focus on what they need to focus on. And it certainly gives us our homework here at the enterprise level to deliver the US dollar earnings growth.
Our next question comes from Andrea Teixeira with JP Morgan. Your line is open.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So James, congrats on your amazing run as CEO and now as chairman, and wishing Henrique continued success now as CEO. My question is on the impact of SNAP changes in the U.S. and then a clarification regarding the Mexican tax. An initial read from the trade, and did that inform your conservative stance for organic sales growth in 2026? Thank you.
No.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Andrea. I'll do SNAP, and then Enrique can talk about the strategy in Mexico. Look, overall SNAP, I think is going to end up being manageable. It's a relatively small
no impact for that.
From a
That's
global,
important to know, guys.
Basis, and we think it's manageable at the US level. Clearly, we think that consumers should be allowed to choose, but regulation is regulation. What we think will happen is people will choose to spend the cash they got on certain things, and they'll use the SNAP credits where they're applicable. And at the end of the day, what that all boils down to is we have to make them the brands and the beverages that they want to have and want to be able to spend their disposable income on. And that just puts the challenge on us to give them the category, the beverage, the brand, the pack size, the price point that most works for them. And net, we see it as a manageable impact in the US and overall globally. So I'll let Enrique comment on how he's approaching the Mexican tax situation.
Yeah, on the Mexican one, yes, clearly it is a headwind that came to us in the beginning of the year already implemented. But this is a market that you know as well, that we have a system that has been for years working tremendously, aligned, building the foundations of RGM and allowing us to play that impact of the taxes across the different packages, prices, and channels in a way that optimizes how we actually go and try to be in front of our consumers and our customers with an impact
more Coke
that
sold on the way up from the Roth IRA
to be acceptable, right, by the consumer.
Now we're up 3,300 in an hour.
Forward. That is another point that helps us as well in 2026 is the fact that Mexico will host the World Cup event. It's the biggest event on earth in terms of engagement with consumers and customers as well. And we are dialing up our campaigns there from day one. From Jan 1, we already had the campaign in place. On top of that, we're celebrating 100 years of the system in Mexico as well. All of that helps us to go and navigate through what is a headwind, but with all the tools that we have in place as a very focused system to navigate that throughout the year. Remember that as well, it's we had other tax increases, in the past, which we learned from the mistakes and the right movements that we made in 2014 moving forward. And we applied those learnings this time as well, to navigate these in the best way.
Our next question comes from Peter Delpo with Bank of America. Your line is open.
Hey guys, good morning. Thanks for the question.
Here's the Robinhood link. Free shares for you, Robinhood USA, Robinhood UK. Yeah, we're crushing it again. It was the best trade ever on our Discord and Electrum services. We've all won. We've all made money. I'm up $3,500 in less than an hour, plus the $2,500 I made on the XRP deal. So it's like $6,000 in the last hour. Realized gains, real profit.
I think you talked about maybe a headwind.
That's how we do that.
Line, not only related to some of the refranchising, but some other initiatives. Just how much of a hit that is to the EPS for the year would be helpful as we try to think about bridging operating income down to EPS. Thanks very much.
Thank you. On the first question, maybe just a little bit more detail. There were three primary drivers, and each of them roughly worth about the same, about a point each. So we have had the impact.
Don't forget, you can trade XRP tomorrow. Much better deal tomorrow on the XRP day.
Markets. And typically, the emerging markets
today you make money to buy.
Lower margin. Secondly, in a couple of the developed markets, we've had some categories that in the fourth quarter of a lower margin nature, not dramatically, but still lower, performing better than the higher ones. So that was another point. And then the third point relates primarily to just some of the timing of marketing investments, primarily to both factor in the end of the year and the fast start programs we have in place around the world. So it's the first time that I can remember going back, gosh, how many quarters, to have three of those types of effects hitting us in the same quarter. So it's a one-off more than something to think of as a trend going forward. And as James said earlier, you take a step back and look at the full year, and the way we've built our guidance for 25, I think reflects more the full year view, and that being a good benchmark on which to guide for next year, or for this year. I'm sorry. In the second, you had a second question. Yes. So as you said, the primary driver that I alluded to is the sale of the consolidated shares towards the end of the year. And there's a lot of puts and takes that go into the equity income line. So I won't get into all of that detail. But the primary driver is the lost equity income on consolidated.
Our next question comes from Peter Grom of UBS. Your line is open.
Great, thank you, and good morning, everyone, and congratulations to you both as well. I had a cash flow question. So just maybe with a much stronger year expected on the cash flow front in 26, we'd love an update on your capital allocation strategy, and specifically whether you would consider leaning further into any of your 4 strategic priorities in the year ahead. Thanks.
Great topic. I think the starting point here is to look at the underlying drivers. Over the last few years, we've had some unusual items, the IRS tax deposit and the Fairlife contingent consideration, which I know on a year-to-year basis has been a little confusing, perhaps. But for me, what I look at is the underlying momentum coming from the business, and we see that having had a positive impact on a steady basis. As I mentioned in my prepared remarks, there's a very clear picture as to how we want to best utilize the cash that is coming in. When you go to the top two line items, we are investing in the business as the business needs. About a quarter of our capital investment this year and last year goes towards the franchises that we still own in Africa and India. We have highlighted investments we're making in our finished goods businesses elsewhere in the world, notably with Fairlife. And we also have the opportunity in a number of parts of the world to shore up capacity for our concentrate business as it continues to be challenged in some areas to supply market needs. So that's been a priority, will continue to be, and there's not a lot of controversy about it. Secondly, with regard to the dividend, we continue to be very proud of the 63-year track record of growing the dividend, and we are supportive of that trend continuing. And then what's left longer term is the idea of being both flexible and opportunistic when it comes to any inorganic opportunities. And
Coca-Cola's carried on running. It could have gone higher. That's fine. I've sold it. I was happy with my profit. Remember, I always catch the bottoms. I don't care about the top.
To have as much
always. Don't care about the top. I care about the bottom. Now everyone's overbuying again.
Variables.
We always get the bottom. We don't care about the top. Always make profits.
The tax case that we have had with the IRS for many years.
Why did I sell? Because I made $5,000 this morning. That's why.
Have a significant milestone towards the end of this year. That was asked
by Subwoofer. Always make profits. And it's don't focus on the top, focus on the bottom.
Feel good about whatever outcome happens, either in that or in other areas, that we have what we need to deal with it. So 26, very clear on the flexibility needed. And in the meantime, we'll continue to focus the rest of the company on the core business, driving cash, so that those longer-term priorities, as I just outlined, can get the attention that they deserve.
Our next question comes from Kamil Gajrawala with Jefferies. Your line is open.
I'd like to maybe step back to maybe we started on the questions of the call, which is just sort of understanding the direction of travel for 2026. It looks like from an EPS perspective, you grew 4% with a 5% hit from FX. This year, you're expecting 7 to 8 with a 3-point benefit. So making adjustments there, it looks like quite a slowdown. So just curious what you're, what's underneath that. Is it investment? Or are you just being conservative because it's the
don't rush to buy, take the profit
in there? Thanks.
Yeah, let me take that and complement the comments already made. The starting point is, what do we think the top line can deliver? And when you look at the guidance
Google
we
is
provided,
a screaming
the 4 to 5%, it reflects the sum of many parts around the world. We have momentum in some markets, and we've had challenges in other markets coming out of 25.
Take my profits, I'm going to buy Google.
We expect to be able to continue to, in the markets going well, and over the course of the year to have
Coca-Cola up, is J&J up?
That this guidance
flat.
Deserves.
There's no signal there.
That's part one, really important. Secondly, we've had a long-standing conversation on staying ahead of the curve when it comes to investing in our brands, in our markets, with our bottling partners, and also in how we run the company. Enrique will talk next week about some of the priorities we have to continue to build capabilities. And so there is a bias going into next year to invest somewhat ahead of the curve. And then the third area, just to keep in mind, is that we have,
I'm buying Google.
We called it out, but it's important that some structural cycling, as well as some of the below the line items that I mentioned earlier regarding Coke. So we're being prudent going into 26, given the dynamics at the top line level, and given the work that's underway in a number of key markets to get momentum and particularly to get volume momentum to where it needs to be.
Our next question comes from Charlie Higgs of Redburn. Your line is open.
Thank you. And yeah, just echoing congrats, James, Enrique, and Robin on your new roles. All the best for the future. And yeah, great innings, James. I just wanted to ask about your move into the role of executive chairman. It sounds slightly more involved than the traditional chairman role. Is that interpretation correct? And could you maybe just outline what your key priorities are in the role? And then I was just curious, Enrique, on your comments on more to do regarding innovation. I'm sure we'll hear more next week, so I don't want to jump the gun too much, but could you perhaps just give some high-level views of where you see the most opportunity and how to execute on those in the context of a slightly weaker global consumer environment? Thank you.
I'm buying 250 shares of Google.
I'll share a few thoughts and then pass the baton figuratively and literally to Enrique to talk about the innovation question. I think executive chair is clearly more than just a full-on independent non-executive chair.
$250,000 now in Google.
The easiest way to understand it is that there are two buckets. One, which is things that the executive chair can do basically at the asking of the CEO to help him operate the business. There's a whole load of stakeholders and people and things. He has a very full agenda. Being CEO is a very full agenda at the Coca-Cola company, notwithstanding there's a large team.
I've just bought $250,000 of Google.
Opportunity to help bridge that transition by continuing to carry the can on a set of things. But let's be clear, the person running the company is the CEO. The executive chair is there to help on certain issues where the CEO needs it, and that's part of the transition. The other piece of the puzzle is the chair is involved because the board's involved. The chair is also the representative in a way of the board. There are a set of issues around capital allocation, risk, long-term talent, where the board is obviously interested, and there I can help work with Enrique and the team on making sure that we have the best possible dialogue at the board level on those
Just
issues.
bought $250,000 of Google.
Jack and Charlie, and you're spot on. We're going to share more next week at CAGNY. I'm very excited about it. But let me give you a hint here about what I meant by that on the early remarks. Look, we're definitely making great progress on innovation over the years. You remember that we went from 400 brands to about 170, pruning those brands to continue to accelerate the pace on bigger and better brands, connected to consumers. And part of that was to improve our, batting ratio there out of the park on innovation, which we have been doing. We've been very disciplined about getting that success ratio better than the past. And we believe that now, just looking at the insights from the different markets, that the world continues to be really open, and the consumers looking for more innovation at the local level as well. And that's where we believe that we can make a bigger difference. When I say that we want to be closer to the consumer, is to understand them from a local point of view and not miss that opportunity to start in a local market, something that can turn into a billion-dollar brand later and then scale. I think we put a lot of effort and discipline on how to prune the brands, learn how to grow them, and leverage scale. Now it's about bringing more of those localness opportunities into the family and then accelerate. To that extent, that we announced today as well 2 more billion-dollar brands in the family. So Innocent and Santa Clara from Mexico. That's a great example of something that started locally, and then we invested behind it. Now they're bigger brands, and a lot of the learnings from that can be turned into other places to bring more brands to that family. So
buying another quarter
next week, but that's the idea. It's an evolution for where we are, with an acceleration of innovation being more accretive to the LTGM.
Our next question comes from Carlos Laboy with HSBC.
Just bought another 50,000. That's 300, a third of a million.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, James, John, Enrique, and thank you for the focus, clarity, and the growth. You previously said that you reinvest capital you raised from refranchising back into those markets. Should we expect a step up in marketing?
That's $300,000 into Google
in India. And on a related basis,
take a break.
Can you discuss for India the extent of the digital investments that you've been able to make in B2B platforms and advanced analytics and so forth for the purpose of more granular execution by point of sale before you refranchise it? And what's your vision for how this demand fulfillment capability is going to evolve there? Thanks.
Hey, Carlos, great to hear from you. So let me step back here because it's not only about India. I think it's a strategy that has been working for us. And John mentioned, 2 questions before, that this idea of investing together, the bottlers and us, ahead of the curve, it's number one, showing the belief that the system has on this industry. And on top of that, that we invest with that same idea in every market we operate in. That's very unique from the Coca-Cola Company. Every market has one mission, and it's important. So India, specifically speaking, we not only have been investing with our bottling partners ahead of the curve. I think we mentioned a few quarters back, the level of investment that we had on new lines in India that has been unprecedented. That's just to give you an idea about that investment. And we'll continue to invest because this is a market for the future. We're still building the industry in there. And that's why we need to continue to invest ahead of the curve, because it's more almost on the model that build and will come, right? Because really on these markets, you can actually continue to push forward. Digital, it's part of it. It continues to be an opportunity in India. Why? Number one, because digitally speaking, the country infrastructure, it's pretty high as well, has been an acceleration across, the whole India in the last few years. And we also invested behind it with a lot of focus on not only engaging with the consumer through data, tech, and AI, but also from a customer point of view, developing a platform that we called Coke Buddy, which is a platform that connects the bottler to the customers through a digital platform that has been growing from day one. We still at 1/4 of the entire outlet base that we can reach in India, but we think that we are already deploying digital ordering, AI, agentic AI to determine the next best SKU. And the next phase of that growth will be an end-to-end digital platform that will connect not only the consumer, the customers, but the experiences to translate that engagement into transactions. So India, for those reasons, is a market that on that space, it's going to continue to be ahead of the pack as well.
Great. Thanks very much, everyone. To summarize, we're well positioned, I think, to achieve our objectives both in 2026 and the long term. It's a great foundation that's been set. As we've talked, this is the time for a seamless leadership transition, and I have every confidence Enrique is the best person to help lead the Coca-Cola Company, the team, and the system on our next chapter of growth. Thank you very much for your trust, your investment in the company, and for joining us this morning.
Thank you, James.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, great. So let's just recap. I'm going to take a break in a minute because I'm absolutely exhausted, right? I mean, we took loads of profit from XRP, a couple of $1,000s. We took profit from our XRP ETF. We then bought Coca-Cola. We then made money on Coca-Cola. We made like a couple of grand. It then carried on going higher, but that's okay. We took a profit anyway. I don't mind. And I took that profit to buy oversold. We're always ahead of it. That's basically what we're trying to do. We then bought Google, which is now oversold because the CEO's share sales, which is absolute utter nonsense. It is an uninformative sale, but it's freaked everybody out. So everyone is selling Google today. So I am buying. I love it, love it, love it. I'm not worried about it at all. They're buying more. The insiders are buying more than they're selling. This is bad investing strategy when you read the headlines and don't understand it. So I've just bought $300,000 of Google. And of course, we're down because everyone's selling it at the moment. So I'm just buying as much of it as I can. So let me go to my Roth IRA. I've got 6,046 left there. XRP, but see, you see how XRP is going down? We took our profit there. Google, absolutely want to buy that. That's like a massive overreaction. So I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. I'll have it all day long. So let me buy that. 6,046.26. So I'm going to buy another $6,000 there at 317. There we go. You want to sell it and give it to me? I'll take it. Okay, that's good. So we're all invested there. Let me just check. Coca-Cola is carrying on going up, but we've taken our profit now. We're out. We made our money this morning, made a couple of grand. We've sold that. Google on the way down, we're buying that. We sold our XRP, and as you can see, that's going down now. Bitwise is following it down. There we go. So we sold XRP exactly at the top. We took our profit. Now it's going down. We can buy it back lower. Did warn everybody of this. So the Roth IRA is all fully invested. The main account, let's have a look. We've got XRP on the way down. So we're looking to sell it. I'm not going to tell you what numbers. That's for Discord and Electrum members. Ethereum's going down. Yep, it's all crashing now before tomorrow's event. Exactly as we planned. Get a much better deal tomorrow or later on tonight. VU, SGov, we're out of that. Coca-Cola, we're out of that now. We took our profit. And Google is falling. We're down 3.58. We were down 9, so now we've lowered our average. We're down to 3.5. We bought this dip this morning. Yes, I'm using 100 grand of margin to buy $300,000 worth of Google. Google's going down. That's okay. I'll buy more if it goes down another 3 or 4%. I'll just go all in on it. Right, I think we'll wrap it up. There we go. That's how we trade XRP. So we sold our bottom lots and we made about 20% on each lot. I told you it was going down. It did. I sold it at the top. You saw me do it live on the show. Took a couple of grand on that. I also sold some Ethereum as well. I made some money on that one. I used a lower lot. Sold my XRP ETF. Tracks XRP on my Roth IRA, tax-free. I made money on that. Said you could buy it back lower. Well, now you can. So we were right. We bought Coca-Cola on the dip. We were right. We said wait until guidance. We got guidance. We learned all about the business. So we bought that on the dip. We made another couple of grand when that popped. So we won on that one as well. And then what we did was sell all of that to buy Google because that was being sold. And now obviously we're down at the moment, but now we've got 300 grand in Coca-Cola, Google. So when it comes back, my portfolio will be up like 20 grand in minutes. So it's down at the moment, but we're not bothered. That's what we want. It's going down and we're buying it on the way down. It's starting to come back already. It was down 3%. You can see if I go on the live hour, you can see I'm down 4.5 grand on this hour. But of course, I've got a lot more shares, which I've made from the profit that I've sold. So it looks like I'm down, which I am, of course. I'm down $4,500 on this hour, but it's because I'm buying Google on the way down. Now, some will say, don't buy a falling knife. You always buy a falling knife, except you catch it carefully. That's what we're doing. We're catching a falling knife carefully. That's what you do. So we want it to go down. If it goes down any lower, I will use some more margin, and I will buy even lower, and the return will be epic. So there we go. I'm going to get off because, in fact, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go and take a break because that was very, very intense this morning. We've got an XRP special tomorrow all day at a marathon event, back to back. We're covering the whole XRP event, and we can buy XRP at much better prices now with all the money we've made. You see it falling back down now. There she goes. Could go all the way back down to $1. Now you see my... I'm leaving it green because I'll more than likely be green today, very green. You see how it's starting to come back now. I'm not going to buy any more for the minute. And we can then employ all this money to buy XRP on a much better dip. Okay, let's stand out. Let's take a break. I think we'll do comments and questions to members. I asked you, did you vote in this poll? There's one place available today on Discord, only one. It's a closed club now. You have to apply before you even buy a membership. It's excuse me. Oh, yeah, I've got a bit of fluff. Get rid of that. Yeah. So Discord now is a closed club. It's fully booked. We're not trying to get 1 million members. It's one in, one out kind of situation. As we increase more guests, we can increase more capacity. But anyway, I asked you to vote on this. Did you vote on this? Coca-Cola earnings, trade exposed. I showed you everything. Did you sell high, wait on the guidance, then buy now? Some of you bought it as it dipped the other day. And I said, no, wait for guidance. That was the perfect trade. So how many of you got this right? This was all on Discord, all on Electrum. Let's have a little look. 69% of you did it, and oops, no. That was supposed to be no, not now. Anyway, there we go. So 69% of you, great, learned. You're using Discord to learn from, which is great. That's what we want. We want to help people always win. All right? Now then, let me have a quick look on Discord. Has anyone applied this morning? Do we have any pending? No, we don't. Let me just check this. If anyone needs onboarding, I'll do it. I don't think we do. No, we don't. So we're all good. Okay. The three people who applied, one has been rejected because I didn't like your response. Two, you've got just a few hours left to get in and choose a membership if you want one. If not, you'll be kicked from the server, as we only have 2 spots available a day. That's it. So I'm looking at that now. There's no pending orders other than the ones that applied this morning. Right. So we're waiting for a bounce on Google. If we go, look how low XRP is going. There you go. Now you see why we sold at the top. You can't control the markets, but you can control what you do. So take profit. If the markets are down, you're going to be down. Like I'm down today. Overall, it looks like I'm down, but I've got a lot more shares at lower prices.
I can't believe
we got a new member. Thank you.
At nobodyimportant.4026 has become a member.
Are we consolidating on Google now? Maybe, maybe not. No one can tell. It's way too big a company to guess like that. But you can see we are maybe consolidating. When we get a rebound, it'll be absolutely epic. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to send everyone to Extra right now because that was very, very, very intense. So just to recap what we just did, let me go to members' questions. No one gets left behind. No one is ignored here live on the show. So let me go to members only. That was very intense, high frequency trading, big money, $250,000 at a time. That was pretty mental. I got to be honest. I don't want to be doing that every 5 minutes. That's why I'm going to go have a cup of tea and my breakfast. That was pretty nuts. So if you ask me a comment, ask me a question, please reply now and I will answer all members' questions. So if you want to join Discord, there's a Discord link. It is a invitation only. It's a private club. Invitation only. We only admit investors that want to invest, not lark around and just play silly buggers. We're not interested in that. So you apply, ask a few questions, we check your credentials. Once you've applied, and if you get accepted, we accept 2 a day, that's it. You then have 12 hours to choose which plan you would like, the standard Lucozade or the Lucozade Pro. It's entirely up to you. If Lucozade Pro, you get my 24-hour trades and the stage events. There'll be a stage event right after this, of course, as there always is in Discord. So we're going to go and do that now. That's for our Premium Pro members. There's 1 a week for standard Lucozades. There's 2 every single day for our Pro plan. At the moment, we are overlapping because people are are upgrading their memberships. But in a couple of weeks, when everybody's done, then we will be just in the premium, in the Lucozades Pro for the 2 events a day and all the rest of it and all the trades. So there you go. So there's Discord and there is Electrum. We put all the posts in YouTube Electrum. You've got all the analysis videos and all the other stuff you get with Electrum. All right, so there you go. Right, let me do comments and questions. So here we go. Members only mode. I don't know much, but I'd like to learn. Nobody important. Well, join us on Discord, one-on-one support. I answer, there's live private calls, all sorts of stuff. And you can see all the trades. You can talk to a really great community of investors. That's why now it is applied to join. You can't just join for free. You can't join even if you pay. It's a private investors club and it is by invitation only. And you have to be approved once you apply as well. Martyn, is XRP supposed to be going up or down tomorrow? Well, it will go up and down tomorrow. There'll be a lot of volatility. This is why I'm making a lot. This is why I took profit today. Even though it's down today, I still made money on it because I used my lots. That's the point of using lots. I made a few $1,000s, and as I said it would go down, it did go down. It has gone down, and it's still going down. It's going down faster now. So there we go. Trading into tomorrow. We want to buy it back maybe even for $1. So we're not gambling. We're not guessing. And as you can see now, my Google is starting to come up, and it will go up. And once it starts to go, it'll go up really quickly. I could be up 20 grand in a day. And then, of course, I'll sell and take some profit and buy XRP when everybody gets liquidated, which they are now. That's what we've got, another liquidating event. See how it's coming up? Look, who dares wins? Yes, but you must be based upon facts and knowledge and not guessing. There it goes, doing it again. Martyn, do I book a call with you through Discord? John Dynamite, what do you mean, do I book a call? Are you a gold member? Are you a YouTube Gold member? If you are a YouTube Gold member, John, you book your appointment with me here. All right? You mean the one-on-one call? Is that what you're talking about? Let me go and check. Let me go and check your status. Memberships. See your members. Filter by gold. Yes, you are. John Dynamite. You are a gold member. Yes, John. You are here live right now with me. You can see my portfolio starting to come back up again. It might dip a lot yet, though, so don't get too excited. Let me take care of this.
Adjiko Veleko tipped MX $20 through Super Chat. What's your price range to invest tomorrow?
I don't need a price range. I'll be using lots. I'll be buying more if it goes to $1. I'll be doubling, quadrupling down at $1. And I'll be using lots to sell on the way up. There is no specific number. I don't focus on price. I focus on winning with lots. So I don't have to really care about what the price is. I know it's going to $5. I just want to own more of it at the best prices. Yes, John Dynamite. If you want to, I've got RC3 today at 11 o'clock. I can fit you in at 10 a.m., which is in 1 hour from now. John, if you'd like to do that, let me know. I've got a spot came available today, February 10th, today at 10 a.m., which is in Central Time, which is in 1 hour from now. Or if you'd rather speak to me straight after the call, I can give you half an hour. That might answer all your questions. I'll gladly do that. Let me know. How do I see the live trade in Electrum? They're all on the community tab. Let me show you. If you are an Electrum member, you get many, many perks, including this. So if you go on to YouTube, where you are now, and you go into posts and community, here you will see my trades. They are members only. There it is. If you are an Electrum member, you would have seen that. People are liking it. There you go, 11 likes. Just sold a lot on XRP, 338. That was the smaller one this morning, 2 hours ago. 380 profit to buy Coca-Cola on the dip. Well, now you see I was right. There it is. All right. So that's how you get that. That answers that question. I want to join, but my phone won't get verified. I have support involved, but even they so far have been unable to sort it out. Not sure what else I can do. That's because you've created an account somewhere else on Discord. You've forgotten about it. You've got 2 accounts open, and now you can't verify your number because you've already done it on another account. That's because you've created another account somewhere else. I can't help you on that. You've created multiple accounts. Go onto a browser. You can probably fix it there. All right. Okay. Bloody hell, says Widget. When is Binky Bonk expected to? Yeah, right. Diesel. Do you have a browser to use on your phone? Try them too. That's right. I will keep trying. It's crazy why it's not accepting my number. I've just told you why it probably is. You can use a partner's number. Use your wife, your sister, your brother. If you've got your number associated with another account, that's why it's done it. It's a security check. Did you use their ticket system? Yes, Frank and Murph, I have. They email me. I have loads of emails from them, but so far nothing working for me. So sorry to hear that. Yes, you'd like that. All right. So do you want to do it now, right after this call? Right after this call, or 10 o'clock? What would you like? 10 a.m., which is in 1 hour, or right after this call? Look how fast my portfolio is coming back. Let's go to the past hour. You're going to see you could see a massive rally in a minute. Let me give you the link. This is for John Dynamite, only for John Dynamite. There is the link. Copy and paste that. Call me straight after this or in 1 hour. It's up to you. If you're late by 2 minutes, you miss your spot. It'll be gone. I've got a list of people booking spots, so I only have 2 minutes to wait. Again, he asked before. I've got them checking that out. Hello, Martin. Can you tell me when I'm in line for JEPI Analyst that I paid for in December? RP, let's have a look. RB. You did pay in December, but you remember I did tell you that it's subject to time. JEPI, $10. Yes, you are third in line. You are third in line. I'm sorry, I just can't do it any quicker, RB. There's really, yes, it's just, I'm trying my best to serve everybody as best as I can. If we do Wednesday and Thursday as XRP day, because that's the biggest thing of the year, that's the biggest thing. And then Friday, I could do analysis day. Also, I do them for free now in Electrum, I think you're an Electrum member, aren't you? You can get it there as well. But I will. You are such a dear friend of mine. I'm sorry for the delay. I just cannot go faster than I'm going. I will do a members day on Friday, and I will catch up with the top 3. How about that? How do you see your wins and profits in your individual lots on your hood charts? No, not on your hood charts, on your individual lots. So if I go back to Coca-Cola, I just traded this, made some money. I'll be very careful about it, buying it now. But there you go. If I go back here, I can see my individual lots. So scroll down here, scrolling. There you go. So limit sell. See that one there? Hang on. You want to see this? Okay. There you go. See, realized profit on that one was $1,100. See right at the bottom of the screen? That lot gave me $1,100. That was real profit. I did the same thing in the Roth IRA. So overall, it's a couple of grand I made on that, just on that one trade, on that one lot. I did it twice. So it's about 5 grand this morning I've made on my lot selling. Plus I did XRP made on that. And you see now how fast it's coming back. Guys, this is wearing me out. I can't go at this pace. This is high frequency trading while entertaining, while running the shows, while sharing it on Discord, while sharing it on Electrum, while I'm really investing 300 grand of my own money. I'm going to take a break. This is absolutely mind exhausting. Hello, Liz. Hello, Liz RB. No one's going to be this transparent with you, and this is too much. I missed the Coca-Cola dip. I was asleep. Sorry. Yeah, you snooze, you lose, mate. That's how it works. Same problem here. My phone was used for an account. I think, there you go. When we've all been there. Oh, I had that. I had my phone break. It blew up. It caught on fire because of Apple replacing a battery that caught on fire. And because of that, I couldn't get into Robinhood on my account because it was linked to my account. So I know what you feel like. It's a bloody pain in the arse. Thank you. You're welcome. Expecting the meet in the White House today to bring bearish news. Why would you think that? What happened this morning, Martyn? I missed it. Where did the stress come from? Where did the stress come from? What did you mean? What stress? I've been doing 300 grand trades this morning live on the show while sharing it everywhere. Play a Bad Bunny song. Oh, God. That was rubbish, wasn't it? What's with the 20x reference the other day? Did I miss something? No, it wasn't 20x. It wasn't 20x. People assumed wrong. I said I had a dream and I heard the name 20. Didn't say, there was nothing in the post that said XRP as a 20x. When have I ever said that I showed you an image of a 20 and an X, but I did not say XRP is going up 20x. Not once. I've said $5 and I've traded it and made money on it over and over again. So yeah, Rawhide on behalf of Bright. Yes, I love it. Thank you for that. I wondered if Mike would pick it up. Level Up, check out JPQ as well. Brian, hello, RB. Right, okay, I'm out of here. So, John, you never told me if it's 10 o'clock or right after this. So, John, you never came back to me. You said yes, I don't know what yes is to. So, John, I'm going to end this right now. I will wait 2 minutes for you now. If you miss it, it's gone for the month. If it is 10 a.m. that you wanted, I will come back at 10 a.m. and see if that's what you wanted, which is in 1 hour from now. I didn't hear from you, so I'm just going to assume one or the other. Either way, the same rule applies. Does that make sense? Okay, that's the best I can do, right? Okay. Let's have a break. So, just to wrap this up, if you want Discord or you want my trades, there is Electrum membership. Okay, there is my Electrum membership, all my trades on there. If you want the community on Discord, there is Discord. It is invitation only. There is the link. When you get the link, that does not mean you get in. You then apply to get in. And tell me why you want to be on our server. If you go through the interview and you're accepted, then we turn more away than we accept because we're a very tight community. We want to be able to help people, not fill it up with idiots. If you are accepted, you then have 12 hours to choose $2.99 Lucasades plan or Lucasades Pro. It's entirely up to you. These are the two plans. It's not a free service anymore. It's not open anymore to bots and trolls and scammers. There are two options to choose from. If you want all of my trades 24/7, if you want one-on-one support, if you want stage events every single day after the main shows, all of this after opening bell and closing bell, and special guests, you choose Pro. It's only $4.99. It's the most inexpensive server on Discord. There's no one who offers this service live. I've checked, no one even close. They're all charging way more and doing way less. We undersell and over-deliver, always. Okay? There you go. Send me a friend request. Do not accept anyone's friend request until you're friends with me, and do not accept a friend request from me. I do not send them. Okay? There you go. I did not hear from John, so I have no idea if John is going to join me for the call. So I'm going to assume, as he's not replied, he's back here in an hour. I wish John would answer. I can't do anything, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go Discord and we're going to do our stage event. And I'll be back with John, if he's listening, in 1 hour from now. John Dynamite, 1 hour from now at 10 a.m. Central Time. If not, we'll have to reschedule as you'll miss it for this month. All right? I'm now going over to Discord for our stage events and answer all your questions. So let me give everyone the extra channel. You want this because this is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, replay of what you've seen today. Now on Extra. I will repin that to the top. There you go. It'll automatically take you there. I'll end the poll. Nope. Most of you missed the trade this morning. That's because you don't ring the bell. End the poll. Let me refresh the Extra channel. Take it to the beginning of what you just missed. There it is. Back to the beginning. Okay. Coca-Cola earnings is now back. Today's events are back to the beginning. Sensei wasn't live this morning because his wife they're concerned about their baby, so they're in hospital. They're all fine. They're just being checked out. So there is a replay of what you've missed today. That's happening now, as you can see. Extras there. Let me make sure it's going to take you there. Now I'm going to jump into Discord. Customization. Back to subscribers. Back to all. Yeah, save. Okay, cool. Right, I will see you in Discord in a couple of moments' time. You've all got the link. It's pinned to the chat. I'll see you there. What a major day! All trades have come off. Every single trade. We sold XRP for a profit using lots. We bought Coca-Cola on the dip on guidance, which is what we said. We sold it for a profit. We made a couple of $2,500 for that. We then decided to be waiting for XRP because it would drop. It did drop. We can buy it back. So that's why we've sold the bottom lot. Another reason. So we've won twice. We then went into Google. We bought the bottom. It's now rallying back up again. I've put all my 350 grand, over $250,000 in Google. This could bounce back and make me 20 grand in a day. Of course, we'll trim. And as you can see, I'm coming up now really strong on the way up. So there you go. That's how you do it, folks. We're now going to give a one-on-one service over on Discord right now, and look out for the trades on Electrum. That's it from me. I'll see you on Extra. I will see John Dynamite here in 55 minutes, hopefully. If not, I guess I won't. But there you go. That's it from me. Thank you, guys. Until next time, as always, join me now in Discord or on Electrum for the trades, or I'll see you back here shortly. All right? It's going to be a great day. What a day tomorrow is going to be. Woo, with all this volatility. Remember, it's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. We make no apologies for that. Discord now is a VIP invitation-only channel, only admitting 2 a day if you get through the process of interview. That's it from me. Thank you ever so much. See you now on Discord. Take care of yourselves and each other.